All right. Hopefully, I am live on Facebook and Instagram. Give me 1 second. Okay, sweet. If you happen to watch recording of this, I'm just doing it on Instagram and my business Facebook business page right now because I'm getting a lot of video lags when I do go live in multiple places. I guess my laptop can't really handle too much go live. So anyway, welcome to Midweek with Maggie. And feels like it's kind of weird. Don't feel like it's midweek or what day it is these days because a lot of people are staying home. If you're working from home, you probably know you still have that Monday through Friday kind of like cycle. But in this go live, actually, I always forget to say, if you're tuning in, just let me know when you're tuning in from, and I would love to hear. Always appreciate your feedback. And yeah, so in this go live, I come out live each week and I share my journey as a person, as online entrepreneur, as a female, and really share what like things I've learned from my breakthroughs. And my ultimate goal is bridge the gap for people, help people bridge the gap between the certain the current uncertain reality and the wildest dreams. So their wildest dreams. So I'm here to share my perspective on certain things, and so that you can see your life from perspective. So yeah, this is episode 15. I just lost it. I think it's 15. So I've been doing this for a while, each week. And yeah, so before Devin, so my topic for today is what did I say? I don't know my topic. Something along the lines, what can each of us can do, I think. And before I dive into that topic, I want to share what's going on in my world. So just staying at home as usual, nothing new. Getting a lot of things done. Actually, I'm very introverted person. I miss seeing people, but at the same time, like seeing, I've been having a lot of calls and video calls with a lot of people. So I don't feel like I'm missing out much. Obviously, in person, in a person interaction is much better. But I kind of like this. I think there's a introverted me wanted to just stay in and then kind of like lock myself to get a lot of things done. So I've been very productive. Trying to catch up with the messages. So if I haven't gotten back to you, I'm getting there. Today is like literally replying everybody day. And yeah, so I just want to say that I know, this time a lot of people are feeling uncertain, very feeling, a lot of fear because of what's happening in the world. But this is going to pass. In the history, a lot of things happened, but everything ended and something new started. So this shall pass. And so I literally forgot what I was going to say about what's going on in my world. So something I like noticed this morning. So I have like paper napkin, and I use that, when I eat. And because of the shortage of, like toilet paper and papers, I decide to use just like a towel so I can just, wash it and then, dry it, reuse it. And I realized that how much like paper napkins that I use for single use. And I'm sure some of you might have heard that because of this whole quarantine and then people staying at home, the earth is healing because, like less pollution, a lot of wild animals are coming back. And realized that like, I thought I was very conscious about, not having too much waste, single use plastic and waste. I thought I was reducing it, but I didn't realize how much like paper I actually use. So, that's something that you can reconsider too. I know that most people might not even have that. Like you already probably switched to using towel or some alternative option. Hopefully that's towel. But so yeah, that's something I noticed, and hope this is a chance to rethink about things like that. And yeah, so today's topic: what can each of us do? So it seems like the world is ending, and I mean, it's not literally ending, not ending as in like a what do you call it, the zombie apocalypse. Nobody's like killing each other, things are still running usual in terms of like essential businesses. But it seems like ending, and it is the ending, and this is the beginning of a new era. And after this, or even it's already, things are start changing. And when this is over, you got to prepare yourself for the new era. We're no longer in the world we used to live in. So you have to be able to adjust. It's kind of like, I always love this analogy. You have a laptop, a phone, and it asks you to update sometime, right? To adjust to the current situation. And think of your brain or your like beliefs, what you think it was right or wrong, or like your thought process. It might not no longer work, because the environment is changing. So you have to be able to update and keep up with what's going on around you. So anyway, so to be able to prepare for the new year, actually, now just move on. So what each of us can do, I think that just, it didn't really line up. But so I've been sharing that this is a perfect time to reflect. I feel like my video is still lagging on Facebook, and I just don't really like it, but it's okay. Oh well, I'm gonna keep going. So this is a perfect time to reflect on yourself, reflect what's going on internally, with yourself, with your health, your career, your family, your friends, your relationships. And the reason why this is perfect time is because, some of you might be stuck at home with your family, whether you love them or not, you're like forced to be with them right now, right? And it could be frustrating, because it's like, maybe you have a partner or kids who are used to be like, you're not used to spending 24/7 with them, but now they're in your world, like in your face. And you're trying to get some something done, your work done, but they're in your face. But when you get frustrated, think about why you why that person or that object is there. Like if you're frustrated at work, or for your work, then think of why you're doing what you're doing. If you're frustrated with your kids or your partner, then think of why you're with that person. Ask yourself, because I love this quote. The best conversation try to remember. The quality of conversation. Wait, no, hold on. Wait, let's see if I can remember this right. Oh, quality of a life is based on the quality of conversation you're having yourself. And the conversation, meaning like you are asking yourself, okay, why is this happening? And like, if this is really good when somebody says something, and most of the time, when you hear something like positive appreciation, you're like, oh, you're welcome. You take it, and you don't really feel much. But when somebody says something that you get hurt, like somebody said negative to you, then you have to think about from the other person's perspective, like why did this person tell me this? And it really helps me a lot, because first of all, I don't know if especially this is somebody you don't know the whole like life story. you don't know if that person is suffering from something. That's why they are coming out of like that. And it's like, don't take it personally. I had a hard time doing this, like especially like the jobs that I had. I always try to, like, I'm like a perfectionist, so like I try to get things done in timely manner, and then I'll present the things I've done. And my old bosses were like, like, no, do this, do that. And then like, I'm like, no, like I spend so much time like trying to perfect this, and like you're telling me this is not good enough. But I get frustrated, but then you have to think like, okay, that person isn't like, my old bosses were not trying to be mean to me. They're trying to grow me so I can do better next time. So, the why question you ask yourself, and then why, like, don't think it's like, oh, why is this person doing it to attack? Like, think of it in the like a positive, bright side. And then when you can see that, then you literally open your vision bigger, and it's so much more than just yourself. So yeah, so that's that. And this is for people who have kids. I don't personally have kids besides my puppy, who I can't really, I can talk to her, but she's not gonna like come back to me like in the human language. But during this time, think of like how this is going to affect them in the long term. Meaning, like, if you are watching news, like if you're tuning into news all day long, and then like you're like in a fear, like, oh my God, so many people getting infected, so many people getting sick, oh my God, and like freaking out. And then think of what kids would like get, learn from your behavior. Because I learned this, well, I not learned this, I saw one article that was, in Japanese, but a lot of kids are in fear because the kids in Japan are like scared because they feel like as soon, like if they get corona, they're gonna die. Because we lost like one of the really famous comedians in Japan, and I'm very sad about it. But because of that news, it's like literally on the like TV, every like any channels, people. Yes, I know that people were like suffering from this virus, but this is not going to kill the entire humanity. And for you to prevent, like, when you have a fear, you attract the fear. Like literally you get sick just being scared of something. And this is like scientifically proven. It's like when you have positive, when you like laugh, you boost your immune system, so you don't really get sick. I'm not saying that that's like the cure for everything, but you boost your immune system, so you repel the disease and then virus. So get back to, you got sidetracked a little bit, but so if you have kids, think of how this is going to affect them in the long term. How do you want them to get through this time? Like, think of like when they get like older, when they, from 10, 20 years from now, how are they going to remember this period of time? So think of, the negative, what you should say, what you shouldn't say, And let's see, I'm going to check the comments on Instagram. I know there was like in and out. Oh, cool. Let's see. Hello. Let me know. Sorry, I'm just going through. Sweet. Okay. Hello. Thanks for tuning in. And okay. So, so one last thing. Actually, I don't even know how long I've been going. 20 minutes? I don't think I've gone that long. But anyway, so one last thing. So yesterday and today is actually full moon. And I try to be spiritual and, connected to the different connect myself with the different dimensions. But I'm not super, I'm not an expert on it. But there's something I did last month during the full moon time that helped me, like, detaching things that are not true anymore. And I think this is going to help a lot of people for letting go of the fear. So I'm going to do a special go live later this evening. I put a time somewhere. Let's double check. So it's 6:30 Pacific time, 9:30 Eastern time, 2:30 in UK time, and then 10:30 in Japan time. I'm going to show what I did last month and how it like shifted my energy and like be able to release that was holding me back. And because I want to do this because a lot of people have a fear, and because we don't know what's going to happen. So all you need is a piece of paper, pen, and then lighter, and then like aluminum foil. Basically I'm gonna burn this paper. So like it doesn't have to be aluminum foil, like some sort of like container that you can have a burning paper in. So, and I just want to make sure that you're not doing this like in the home, and then you're gonna be leaving that burning paper in the container. So make sure you're doing this at the safe place. I'm going to do it on my patio. So yeah, you need a pen, paper, lighter, or some sort of source of fire, and then a container or aluminum foil that can hold a burning paper. So tune in for that. I'll just leave the time in my story or in the comment section. So yeah, and a lot of people are having that fear, and a lot of people are scared, and that's okay. It's okay to feel that way. Like, don't try to numb it. I like this. Like, I listen to Kathleen Zinkina. She goes by Manifestation Babe on Instagram and pretty much everywhere on the internet. She says, like, when you feel the fear, don't numb it, but love it. Don't try to avoid it. You just have to embrace it. And so like when you have an opportunity, this is not, you have a power to turn this into an opportunity or like disaster. I don't know, I don't know if that's a good word, but basically opposite of opportunity. You can sit and wait for great things to happen or like bad things to happen to you. You have the power to turn this into whatever you want to make it out of. So and then that's I want to kind of say that one of the laws of universe, law of polarity, I can't really say it, but there is always good and bad in any situation, and you have the power to see which side you want to embrace. And there's another laws of a universe that's like law of cause and effect. Nothing happens unless you do something. Like, you can't magically things to happen. Even if you're manifesting something, nothing happens unless you do something. So anyway, so that's why I wanted to share. Appreciate you tuning in, and let me know if this was helpful. And so just recap, I'm going to do a special goal light to let go of your fear. All you need is pen, paper, lighter, and the aluminum foil, or some sort of container. And I'm going to do that tonight at 6:30 p.m. Chandler. Hopefully it's dark enough at that point in my place. But and then 9:30 New York, the Eastern time, and then 2:30 UK time, and then 10:30 Japan time, which is the middle of the day, so they probably can't even see the lights, but I mean the moon. But anyway, so that's what I have. Hope you guys are staying healthy and safe, and have a great rest of your week, and then hope to see you guys in the next Go Live this evening. Peace. shoot. I forgot to stop this.